So just a little video on whether this Kubota G231 can cut really long grass. So I've been asked to come to this customer's garden, and there's quite a large bit of long grass and they want it cutting. The reason why it's kept long is because this is full of daffodils. So there's still a few little bits here, but I think it's, you know, middle of June now. Well, actually towards the end of June, and we'll cut this and then it'll be a lawn all for the rest of the summer and winter, and then come next spring again it will turn into, you know, full of daffodils and a bit, you know, a bit of a wildlife meadow, haven, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to cut this long grass. It's fairly long, it's quite dense, and it did rain in the night, so it's a little bit wet still, so it's not ideal conditions, but we'll give it a go. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to try cutting it first with the deck at the top. The deck's all the way down at the minute, so I'll lift the deck to the top and have a go at cutting it, and we'll see how we get on from there. And then obviously once I cut it, I will drop the deck to the correct height and carry on cutting. So let's give it a go. Okay, so just start it up and move it into position. So you're going to put your foot on the brake, turn your key. So that's first load. I think I might have blocked it a little bit. Oh dear. Probably went a little bit too quick. It's quite damp, the grass. So we can get it out. So I pretty much unblocked it. I just need to put the phone down, just get my hand underneath. Well, that seems fine, it's just a tiny bit left. So I pretty much filled it right to the top, despite being a bit wet, so that's good. Right, let's get another load. Number 2. Yeah, a bit more blocked. Probably not emptying it just as soon as I should. Obviously when I'm unblocking it, the handbrake's on and the PTO's out of gear. It'll actually turn off if the PTO is in gear and you open the back door. Okay, so after 20 minutes I've cut all that long grass. Obviously there's some bits around the edges where I need to neaten up. Over there's a manhole cover, so I need to get a strimmer on there and just, I don't want to obviously hit it with the machine. So the first time I just had the deck about that height, and then I had it not where it should be, but does it go down when it's off? Yeah, so I probably had it about there. What I was going to do is just wait till it dries out a little bit and then come back and cut it, just because the grass is just wet from a shower we had last night. So overall impressions, yeah, I was pretty impressed really. It's quite hard work on a machine, obviously cutting long grass and trying to throw it in the collector. I filled that collector 4 times and I did have to unblock it after each time, as you've just seen. I think I was probably pushing the machine a bit too much. Perhaps if I slowed down, increased the revs all the way, then it probably would have done a bit of a better job. But yeah, like I said, you know, the grass is wet, so, and it did fill the basket pretty much to the top. So yeah, I was pretty impressed really. Prior to you getting this machine, we've had to strim it or something and then rake it all up. So it's quite a big area, and I've done that in 20 minutes or less. Filled that 4 times. I think it holds just over 500 litres. So yeah, a couple of cubic meters of grass, and yeah, good job. So it's quite sort of green wet stuff, so you take that in consideration. It's probably done quite a, yeah, it's really wet, that stuff. You know, it's done quite a good job throwing it into that basket or collector. There's quite a lot there. There's a little bit that I unblocked. Obviously when you unblock it, you know, make sure those blades are off, so you stick your hands anywhere near that. It'll, you know, they're spinning that quick, it'll probably take your arm off without any problems at all. I always wear these ear defenders as well. I didn't have any on just because I was jumping on and off the machine to stop and start footage. So yeah, just make sure it's turned off, make sure you got your PPE on, and yeah, stay safe.